Hello, dear students. Again, we will complete our lesson about our continent, Europe. Today, we will talk about what is special about Europe. Actually, a lot of things. But first, we will talk about some new words, and these words will help us understand some important points about Europe. First, let's read them together. Let's say first that this word, first word is arable. Again, arable. Again, arable. طيب, what this has to do with Europe? I will tell you that 1/3 of Europe has what? Agriculture or farming. Okay, so Europe has a lot of resources. One of it is timber. Timber means wood. They have a lot of forests. From these forests also they cut the wood and they have wood. So arable means good for farming. So we have a lot of countries here, a lot of areas in Europe which is arable, means the soil is good for farming, good for growing plants, good for having crops. Okay, and also Europe has a lot of resources, arable land. They have forests, they have timber. Timber is the wood which comes from forests. So this is the first word. Arable means good for farming. So let me write that here. Arable, good for farming. This is number one. All right, let's go to number two. Number two here, the word current. Current. Current has so many meanings, but here I'm talking about geography. So when I say current, current means flow of air or flow of water. But here I am talking about the flow of water. Why? Because now we need to know something about why Europe is so special. It has very good climate, like we said. But why it has very good climate in some areas? I will tell you, because there is a water current coming from Gulf of Mexico. If you see here in the map, Mexico is here, the yellow one, and Gulf of Mexico is right here next to Mexico. So the water current, the flow of water is coming from Gulf of Mexico right ahead here in the Atlantic Ocean near what? Near Europe. So this current, it's a warm current. So because this area of Mexico and the Gulf of Mexico, it's hot. So this current of water will carry that water which is warm. So this warm current of water will come near Europe, so it will make everything what? Mild and warm, because you know, of course, that Europe is near the Arctic Ocean and North Pole, so it's cold. It has very cold currents or cold climate. But what makes it mild climate? What makes Europe mild? I will tell you again. The current which comes from Gulf of Mexico to Europe. So current here means flow of water. Okay, so the flow of water is called also what? I will tell you now. It's called Gulf Stream, because it's coming from the Gulf of Mexico. So again, current here means flow of water or Gulf Stream. Current here, flow of water or Gulf Stream. All right, so now we knew arable means good for farming. You can grow a lot of plants. Arable, very good. So 1/3 of Europe has farming. Okay, in the income resources. Now the word current means a flow of what? Flow of water, or it's Gulf Stream because the water is coming from the Gulf of Mexico. So you have the word arable, the word current. So now we knew that current here means this current will make Europe has mild climate or good climate. This is why it's special. Europe is special because it has a Gulf Stream or current which make the climate what? Good or mild. Also, what is special about Europe? Europe is arable, has arable land, means good for farming. All right, so let's go to something else. The northern areas of Europe, let's look at them. Northern of Russia and Scandinavian countries. Scandinavian countries are countries like what? I will read it for you. Sweden, you have Poland, Sweden, and Denmark. These are Scandinavian countries. Scandinavians, oh, there are the three of them next to each other. Scandinavian countries. They are very north of Europe, and very north also. It's near the Arctic Ocean. Arctic Ocean. Yes, exactly. And Russia, north of Russia. So north of Russia and Scandinavian countries, اللي هما the three ones that I told you, has very cold what climate, because they are near to the North Pole and something called Arctic Circle. I will tell you the meaning now. So anything next to the North Pole or Arctic Ocean or Arctic Circle will be so cold. So this cold area has a soil, a very cold frozen soil called tundra. Tundra, this is a kind of area in cold places, in very cold places, called the tundra. The tundra always here in the north of the earth. You can find it in many countries in the northern part of the earth because it's a very cold area. So you have the tundra area soil. It's a frozen cold soil. It has like Scandinavian countries in the north, like north of Russia, they have frozen soil or tundra. So the tundra soil always in the very frozen or cold areas, it's called frozen soil. So let's write the meaning here. Okay, I will put tundra here. Tundra, we said something cold, frozen soil. Frozen soil, right? This is the tundra. So now we knew that Europe does not have one climate, not one area, different areas. You have areas which have forests. You have areas which have vegetables and plants. You have areas called tundra, frozen soil. It has special plants and special animals as well in the very north. You have current. The current is the flow of warm water coming from Gulf of Mexico, which make the climate of Europe in this area good or mild. You have arable land, means good areas for farming, the areas which are good for farming. So we said arable, good for farming. Current is the flow of water, the warm flow of water coming from the Gulf. It's called Gulf Stream. You have tundra, the frozen area or the frozen soil in the very north part of the earth or the continent. All right, now we need to know Arctic Circle. Like, if I will explain the meaning of Arctic Circle, I guess I have to show you first the equator. Do you remember when we drew the equator here in the middle of the earth? Okay, the equator is an imaginary line going from the east to the west or around the earth. Okay, look at that. Now we will draw another line but in the very north of the earth called the Arctic Circle. Do you remember where's the Arctic Ocean, children? Is it here? No, this is not the Arctic Ocean. Is it in the east or the west? Sorry, east or the west? No. So the Arctic Ocean is here in the very north of the earth. Also, the Arctic Circle is here. So the Arctic Circle will pass through the north of Russia and the Scandinavian three countries that I mentioned and this area all. So this is called the Arctic Circle. So what is the relation between the Arctic Circle and the equator? It is parallel. Do you know the railroad? The railway or the railroad that the train is moving on it? Yes. Do you think that these railroads, do they cross? Never. If they cross, the train will make an accident. Of course not. So it's the same here. Look, they are parallel. It means parallel, never cross. So the equator here and the Arctic Circle in the very north, they never cross. Okay, so the Arctic Circle equals 66.5 degrees north of the earth, and here means north. So this is called the Arctic Circle. That Arctic Circle here means this area is very, very cold. It's near to the Arctic Ocean. So how can I remember, miss, the name of Arctic Circle? I will tell you, remember it from the Arctic Ocean in the north. It's very cold area called Arctic Circle. Why we call it circle? Because these lines going around the earth like a circle. Because the globe or the earth is not flat. The map only is flat, but the real world is like a ball. So it's circle because it's going in the very north around the earth like a circle. So that's why we called it Arctic, because it's like next to the Arctic Ocean, and circle because it's like a circle around the globe or the earth. So the Arctic Circle equals 66 degrees in the north in the very cold areas, where you can find snow and where you can find the tundra, the frozen soil. So what countries in Europe are in the Arctic Circle? The northern of Russia and the Scandinavian country, Poland, Denmark, and Sweden. All right, so the Arctic Circle is what? When I ask you what's the meaning of Arctic Circle, you will tell me it is an imaginary line. It is parallel to the equator. It's in the very north of the earth. It equals 66.5 degrees. It's a very cold area where we can find the tundra. So Arctic Circle is imaginary line in the very north part of the earth where this area is so cold and equals 66.5 degrees. And it's also parallel to the equator. Okay? Is it longitude or latitude? It's latitude because it's going from the east to the west or around the earth. It's latitude, not longitude. Be careful. Latitude line. Latitude line. Again, Arctic Circle is latitude line. It's equals 66.5 degrees. Latitude line. Very cold area near the Arctic Ocean. It's called Arctic Circle because it's going around the earth. It's parallel to the equator. Never cross. Very good. Arctic Circle. In this area you can find what? Frozen soil, which is tundra. Excellent. Bravo. So I'm sorry we have so many information, but every time you revise the video again, you will not be lost. Don't worry. You will revise and study and write and read from the book too. Now remember the word supercontinent. We took it before. Remember which two continents together they called them long time ago super, because it's very good. It was very big. Yes. Is it North and South America? No. Is it Africa and Asia? No. Is it Australia? Of course not. But remember, two continents, nothing, no water is between them. No water separates them. Yes, it was Europe and Asia. They were called supercontinent, means very big land mass, very big, very huge continent, very big land mass. They are in the same land mass. What separates Europe from Asia? Remember what mountains? Ural Mountains. If you remember that, Ural Mountains here in Russia separates Europe from Asia. So we knew supercontinent means very huge, big continent. Give me example of supercontinent. Europe and Asia, which were called Eurasia. Remember that? We took it before. Now, the last word is income resources. Again, income resources. Right. I don't want you to get confused, but don't worry, I will show you something. Income resources. معلش, I will put the map away. Income. It means it's like coming to me. Income. And then resources. It means, bravo, it means the resources I have in my country or continent which can give me a lot of money for my country or continent. Excellent. So examples of income resources. If you have forests, from these forests you can get a lot of plants, you can get a lot of wood or timber, you can get a lot of animals. So these things will get you a lot of money. So it's considered income resources. What else is income resources? You can say farming, because when you farm, when you grow plants, you can sell a lot of it and get money. So this is also income resources. Again, income resources means the things that can, the sources of money, the things that can get money to your country. Okay, again, what's the meaning of income resources? The things that can get money to my country. What else? Industry. Industry means, you know, the factories. If you have a lot of factories that make things or make goods and you can sell it outside and inside the country, these things, the factories can get you a lot of money. So it's considered income resources. So we have a lot of, can I say petroleum? Yes, petroleum, oil, natural gas, coal, iron, all these things, that the resources that I have, if I can sell it, if I can use it very well and it can get me a lot of money, I can call it income resources. Again, income means the money in the country. So resources that can get me money or can make me live well. So now we knew the meaning of income resources, the things that can give me money. I want you to read with me something before we go. Always in the book you will find the word with red, and then if you read more, you will find the explanation of every word. Like if I say income resources, different ways to get money or generate money. Generate means something can get you money. So in page 11 you can see the meaning of income resources, and here you can read the examples. What can get a lot of money to my country? The factories, the industry, the farming, the what else? Sources of water can get me a lot of, because you can get fish from there, you can get oil from the underground, you can get natural gas, you can get coal, petroleum. Okay, so we have a lot of sources of income resources. Now, also we talk about the meaning of Arctic Circle. We talked today about supercontinent. We said it before, very huge landmass of big land. We said also the meaning of tundra, which is very cold area of frozen soil. We said current. Again, I will show you the map because map is very good. It's good to see. We said current means flow of Gulf water, which make the climate what? Mild. It's called Gulf Stream. Gulf, because this is the Gulf of Mexico, Gulf Stream. This is the meaning of current, flow of water or Gulf Stream. Arable means area good for farming or growing plants. Now, thank you very much today, and inshallah follow me in another video. Goodbye.